The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host and or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of the host and or Paranormal Buzz Radio and or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is prohibited. Paranormal Buzz Radio will not be held responsible for you holding your knees, crying, and rocking in a corner in a puddle of your own urine, or being beheaded by a group of children in a cornfield. In fact, if you come across a group of children in a cornfield, we promise to make fun of you as you run away screaming in terror. Listener discretion is advised.
Caution. You are now entering the all-consuming realm of Shay's Paranormal Chat, where the things that are better left unsaid are actually said.
Shut up and sit down.
You're listening to Shay's Paranormal Chat. Paranormal podcasting done Shay's way. Tons of fun.
Dude, seriously?
A bit sarcastic.
Hashtag investigator, not hunter.
But always real.
Hashtag data, not evidence.
Don't get your panties in a twist.
Oh my god, really?
This is real, raw conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Good evening, everybody. TGIF. It has been a long time since I've been live. I'm happy to be back. Happy to be here with you guys. Very excited about tonight's show. We're going to be talking about our recent investigation, and very, very excited for this. So tonight, we never decided how we were going to do this, so I guess I will do the introductions. We have Donyell Maree from Matt, what's your group name?
Protectworth Mysterial Research.
So we have Donyell and Matt from that group. I can never remember it. I'm so sorry. He knows I love him. It's nothing personal. I just can never remember it. We have Kerry from, did I say it right?
No, not even close.
All right.
Kerry.
Good thing we're all friends here, huh?
Oh my
god. Spirit Trackers. We have Jeff Witham from AJ's Paranormal. Did I screw that one up?
Yep.
Man.
Jeff Witham.
Well, I got one right. Well, no, I got none right, actually. Well, I know you. I was making sure them. I can't screw yours up unless I called you the nickname that I'm not allowed to. And
God.
Last but not least, of course, we have my sister, Nicole George, co-founder of SIS Paranormal. So, how's everybody doing tonight?
Doing great. Doing good.
All right.
Doing good.
So now that I screwed up everybody's intro and made my sister wait on me to introduce her. So, All right. So, I'm going to give out a few shout-outs and then we'll get going here. Of course, we have Mallory in the house. We have Darren Buss, Matt, Nicole, Kerry. Manny is in the house. Mama Deb is in the house. And those are the first people in chat. So if I missed you, I'm very sorry. I broke my glasses a couple weeks ago and I'm having trouble reading. So, all right. Let's see. Matt, would you like to start off with some history of Wilson Castle for us? And then we can have some fun.
Absolutely. The castle's construction started around 1885 by Dr. Johnson, who was a Vermonter, who went to England to study medicine. While there, he met and married a wealthy lady, and it took about 7.5 years to finish the construction of the building at a cost of $1.3 million, which in today's conversion would be around 33 million. The Johnsons remained there for only a few years and ended up going into probate court, I believe. And it changed hands several times, and till 1939, a radio engineer named Herbert Lee Wilson. He was a pioneer in the AM radio field, and he was looking for a new location to build another station in a summer home. And he purchased the estate for like, I believe it was around $50,000. And it pretty much stayed in the family since then.
Yeah, I think Denise is the 5th generation, right?
I believe
that's what you said.
Yeah.
So, I'm out of practice. Actually, that's not true. I just always sucked as a host, but that's okay. So let's see. Who did I screw up the worst? See? Oh, just raising his hand. Let me tell you. But I don't know, because in Massachusetts, I probably pronounced them both right. Actually, Kerry hasn't gone first on any of the posts or anything, so we're going to start with Kerry. Haha.
Oh, okay.
I was laughing at her because I'm sure she's excited about that. Kerry, what was your favorite part of the investigation?
All of it. Just being in the building was awesome, and the weird experiences was just stuff that couldn't be explained. It was pretty awesome. Seeing the shadow figure running around one of the cases where the jewels were in, and feeling it was really cool. Nicole was with me when that happened. So, I don't know, it was all great. It was just great people, great investigation. So, I think all of it was my favorite.
That's the good answer. How about you, Jeff? What was your favorite part?
I'll have to say when Nicole put the casket coffin on top of me, the top of the casket, and Matt was downstairs, did not know what we were doing, and he caught that EVP, let him out.
Yeah.
That was pretty amazing.
It was a very clear. I was standing on the other side of the parking lot when you guys played it for everybody else, and I heard it loud and clear.
Matt, please tell me you have it with you so you can play that tonight for everybody.
No, you guys didn't send it to me.
No, I didn't know if Matt had his voice recorder with him now.
He can pull it up.
Yeah, he can probably pull it up. How about you, Nicole?
My favorite part was probably what Kerry had mentioned. Seeing the shadow figure run behind me and then run in circles around that case. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Especially since they said they don't get a lot of activity on the first floor.
I walked in, 10 seconds too late? You guys were like running around the table when I came in. So,
yeah.
All right. Yeah, pretty much. Donyell, what was your favorite part? This is, by the way, we have to tell everybody, this was Donyell's first investigation. And what an investigation to be your first.
Oh, yeah. I'd probably have to go with the EVP. That was definitely, and then right after we caught that EVP, Matt saw a shadow run behind him. And the entire time we were doing the EVP session, I was looking behind him, and he was looking up in the mirror. And, of course, the time that he sees something run behind him in the reflection of the mirror, I happened to be looking down at the floor because I was concentrating on what I was listening to in the EVP. So I didn't see it, but him jumping up was enough to scare the bejesus out of me.
Yeah. Matt, how about you?
Oh, the whole night was my favorite. Seeing you guys having so much fun, be able to experience that location. But the highlight was definitely the EVP. At first, I had no idea what I was saying. It was definitely, I could hear something. And then a few minutes later, seeing that figure run behind me, and as I was running towards it and seeing Jeff on the stairways coming down, and he's kind of looking confused because he felt something go flying by him as he was coming down. And Then we all came down to the dining room and just kind of chilling and talking about what was going on. And then it just dawned on me, holy crap, let him out. And yeah, it was pretty amazing.
It was. Like I said, I could hear it across the parking lot.
The funny thing is, I was actually scratching at the inside of the coffin when it told Matt, let him out. I was literally like scratching.
I thought you were going to pass out when you came out. You looked so hot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I felt like I had something sitting on my chest for a little while I was in that coffin. It just got really heavy, like right on the chest.
Yeah, I sat in it, but I didn't put the top on. But I told Jeff next time we go, I will lay in that coffin and put the top on.
Yes.
I will be more than glad to videotape it, but I'm no way am I getting in there.
I want to bring a video recorder in there with me.
There you go. Or at least
or at least a digital recorder. Yeah.
Yep. See, I was like, whoa, I have an echo, but it was. All right. So before we go on, because I'm at the end, I will lose everybody. I just want to give a couple more shout outs. A very special shout out to Brian from ghostquest.net is in the chat listening. Brian was also on this investigation with us, but we couldn't have so many people. So Brian and Kelly will actually be on the show next week, but we'll also be talking about his blog and his book. So we have Nico in the house. We have Kim Purvis in the house. We have Fred. We have Cynthia. And if I missed anybody, again, I'm sorry, so I'll just be doing this. Midnight Wolf 772, welcome to the show. Darren, the tapping noise is probably, there's 6 of us on here, so you're going to hear a lot of background noise. Some of it could be my dog, who knows. Let's see. I hear somebody else's dog, too.
That was mine. They're fighting. Guys, cut it out.
Hey. We had questions in here. Brian liked to answer. The whole night was good. He liked that a lot, so. I have to put in my 2 cents. It's very hard to pick, but the thing that amazed me the most was when something put their hand through my hair. It felt like it was parting it. When we were doing that experiment, we were in 2 separate rooms, and then we swapped, but while Nicole's shaking her head like, yeah, it felt like something was parting my hair, and I'm like, you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but something's playing with my hair. And then we swapped rooms, and we got nasty comments in the other room, and then we're all outside talking, and Barb comes out and says, I was sitting on the bed, and something was playing with my hair. It was just like, I was like, whoa, okay, that's pretty cool. It was an awesome night.
Synchronicities that was happening there that night, it was pretty cool. I mean, a lot of stuff was happening. And yeah, I mean, between that little test that we did, the little experiment up on the 2nd floor, the Estes methods down in the dining room, along with the EVPs, it just, at the end of the morning, it was just all kind of adding up. It was pretty wild.
My other favorite part of the night was when we were doing the Estes method, and it was actually Jeff's turn, and I think he was talking about something about singing or music, like he had the earbuds, so we all...
Yeah, he said move, I think.
He's moved, so we were all being smart asses and started dancing. He's blindfolded, can't see us, and all of a sudden he says dancing, and we started laughing so hard that he knew something was up.
That was my other favorite part of the night. That was insane, because all of a sudden I hear you guys like, holy cow, what's going on? I'm like, what?
Yeah. We couldn't help it. We got it on multiple videos, so you guys will hear it. We're just like being smartasses and start dancing. There's no way he could have known it, and so it was pretty cool.
And the different Estes methods between the 5 people that did it was kind of interesting, depending on who was sitting in the chair.
Yeah.
I mean, it went pretty good for me, and then it just started getting darker and darker and darker. I didn't realize who was getting dark towards. Fortunately, it was towards Barbara.
Yeah.
And
I missed hers.
Yeah, it was it was definitely weird.
Yeah, I kept telling her to shut up, and that was even before it was her turn. But then it told her to go to hell during her turn, and it got even darker. But do you notice, guys? And anybody that wants to talk, just jump on in. If I have a specific question for you, I'll say your name, but otherwise just jump on in. Did you notice, though, as soon as we said, all right, that's enough, knock it off, not in those words, but we were saying, we're not afraid of you, you're not going to scare us, its attitude changed. It's like, boom.
Then I got bananas.
Trying to scare it.
Yeah, you got bananas and it got sexual.
Bananas.
It got sexual.
No, it was funny when I was like, "Oh, are you gonna make us breakfast?" And the response was, "I'm dead." I was like, "Oh, well, I was kind of hungry." It makes me a little sad.
Yeah, it was bananas. And what else did you get? You got some other kind of food, didn't you, Nicole? Eggs.
I got upstairs in the bedroom. I don't even remember.
Yeah, it was
because I didn't put it together, and when I was done, you guys are like, "Wow, that
Bad
was
girl." That was the other one. Bad girl.
I'm like, it was what?
Bad girl. It was in the bedroom.
Bad girl in the bedroom.
Girl. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. It's just weird how that happens. But you don't, if you're wearing, I didn't do it that night. But it's weird when you are wearing the earbud. You don't put it together, just random words, but because you can't hear what the other people are asking in the room. So, Nico would like to know, did we have any specific goals when you went to the castle? My goal was to have fun and get along with the people I was about to meet. That was my goal, and both went awesomely. So, how about you guys? Of course, investigating, but
my goal was surviving meeting new people.
Yes,
but they turned out great.
Yep.
Everyone that was there, it was a great time. Lifelong friends.
Yes. It was like we knew each other forever, all of us.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, that was my biggest fear because I have social anxiety. So meeting all new people,
the only
one there I know was Matt. So I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be awkward," and it was like we'd known each other forever. Yep. It was awesome.
Yeah. How about Donyell, Kerry? You guys, what were your goals? Any goals?
Just meeting new people. I have the anxiety too, so
I think all the women that went did.
So just want to get along with everybody and have a good time.
Yeah, my goal was to pretty much have an epic night, and it topped even what my expectations were, and I cannot wait to go back. And anybody, I will say this right now, anybody that has the opportunity to go to this place, take it and go. Don't just go. It's amazing.
Yes, definitely. Matt?
I wanted to try to recreate some of the experience I had a month and a half before. I got some really strange voices from the spirit box when I was there last time in a foreign language. And they did have Asian workers as servants there. So I was kind of hoping to catch some of that. Didn't, unfortunately. I definitely wanted to try to capture some of the shadows that I saw last time also. But I'm glad some of the others had the experience of seeing some of the shadows, which was pretty cool. But yeah, all in all, it was a very wonderful time.
Jeff, did you answer? You didn't exactly answer. No.
My goals was to go there, have fun, like everybody else, and making new friends. But I also wanted to prove the fact of spirits and ghosts and be able to share it to everybody that there is another world here, and it's a spirit world.
Yeah.
And I think we really did that with that EVP and some of the other stuff that went on that night. We definitely got a lot of evidence.
Data. Excuse me.
Thinking it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go back and listen to my intro, Jeff, and you'll get the joke.
Oh.
You probably never have heard my intro. That's why. Manny wants to know. I know I'm rushing through this, but that's because there's so many of us and we don't have a lot of time and we have a lot of questions. Darren's asked a bunch. I haven't even got that far down the chat yet to ask. But Manny wanted to know about any EVPs, and we did discuss the one. And Matt, we're gonna try to.
I got that pulled up right now.
All right. Let me ask my other question first, and then we can play that. Has anybody gone over all their review and found any other EVPs yet? Because I haven't even started.
I haven't even started.
I haven't either.
I haven't done any audio yet.
Okay.
I have put out some stuff. If you watch the videos, listen, you might actually find something. I don't like putting out tagging what's this, what's that, whatnot. If you can't see it and hear it yourself, then, I don't know.
Okay, so if we're gonna, all right, I can't, let's see. All right, Donyell, is that your house?
Sorry, that was mine.
All right,
I'm muted, so unless I talk.
All right, I just want it to be as quiet as possible while Matt plays the EVP. Let's see if people can hear it.
All right, I'm in the quiet zone.
Could you guys hear it?
I can, but I already heard it in person. It is difficult to hear over this, but you can hear it. I don't know. We'll have to wait 15 seconds and see if the people in chat can hear it. Somebody else asked. Darren asked what we gotta wait for them to hear to see what they say. Somebody else, I think it was Darren, asked what was the toughest spot in the castle, and I'm not sure what he means by toughest, but that new area was, they got
I'd say
so
the
mouthy.
servants' quarters.
Yeah, the servants' quarters.
Yeah, the servants' quarters, definitely. It was.
I noticed all the females could not stay in that room.
Apparently, Matt's a female now.
I think 7 out of 9 of us got affected by Bunny's room. It was insane.
I don't think it didn't affect Nicole.
Nope.
I think what I felt more or less, because I didn't get the same effect as you guys, I did get affected, but I think I was feeding off of their energy. They were upset, so it made me upset, but it did feel like weird on your head. It was like very stuffy.
It just got very uncomfortable in that room, and then when we started getting all the stuff on the spirit box, it just kept getting more and more uncomfortable, at least for me.
Yeah, what were some of the words we were getting?
The video that I had posted on PMR, I mean, you looked like you were about ready to pass out, Kerry. I mean, you looked horrible. You just looked drained and whatnot, and you're kind of looking around, and you just kind of seemed not yourself.
Yeah, that room had a weird effect on me, and I didn't feel like myself, but I was just super uncomfortable in there. It just walking in, and then as we're here, and it's like, yeah, I can't do this. And I don't shy away from stuff, so that was probably the toughest part of the night, was in there.
We also, along with the new area, the servant quarters, we also had access to the basement, but it's a dirt floor. And, of course, I really didn't want you guys tracking through there, so that's why we didn't really hit the
I wasn't going anyways.
No, me either.
I don't know why. I just wasn't interested. Something just said, don't bother. So I
Yeah.
Just didn't bother.
I
Darren.
like basement, anyways.
Yeah, I usually don't mind, but something just said there's 33 rooms. How many rooms?
30-something rooms.
Yeah.
32?
Something right around there. Yeah. I mean, so we had enough to do. So when we go back, Darren, can you put your questions back in chat because I lost them? I can't scroll down that far. Manny has another question. Did you guys hit any cold spots in there?
I never feel cold spots.
How about the dining room? Remember?
The dining room, I don't know if it was just because the temperature outside was dropping, but it seemed like when we were doing the Estes thing, it got really cold. But I think it might have been explainable just that the temperature outside was dropping, therefore the temperature in the house was dropping as well.
Yeah, that's the only time I really felt the cold spot was when we were doing the Estes. I kept feeling like somebody was behind me, standing beside me, and yeah, it was.
Yeah, you said
that
quite a few times.
That's when I saw the picture of that face.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, other than the servants' quarters, I mean, there's not really a threatening presence to the place. It's more of a loving, caring, accepting feeling to the. Other than the Estes method, where it got dark, I mean, the rest of the time was pretty great.
Yeah, that's what I found funny, too, is the room that is supposed to be the most active was actually the room that I was the most comfortable in that night. I felt fine in that room. I didn't feel anything.
I was comfortable everywhere except when the bat flew between us all.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Like chest level flew through us. I'm waving at him. Let's see. Brian likes your spirit box.
He liked my balls, too.
He did.
Everyone did that night.
I did not touch Matt's balls.
I didn't either.
Oh, come on.
Nicole did at Parsons Field, though, so.
No, I didn't.
Oh, smart woman. People are
She has
probably
her
like,
own balls.
what?
But they're smooth and flashy.
They are. They light
My
up.
balls are harder than yours.
Mine don't go blinky blinky. Oh. Yeah, we're talking about these little toy balls that light up, just for anybody. Just wondering. It wasn't like that kind of
They're
investigation.
like a cat toy.
Yes, Nico, I am very easy.
We know you are, but we're not that easy. Nico, yeah. Darren has a question, and everybody, we can take turns answering this. What piece of what device?
What piece of device you wish you had on hand?
It doesn't make sense. I was trying to reword it. What device do you wish you had on hand? It was mixed up.
Man, we had so much gear there.
Between us all, yeah. Did you
Between all
guys
of us, we
feel
probably
anything
had
was
over
missing?
$4,000 in gear.
What, Jeff?
Yeah, I don't think we were even missing anything
I don't.
between everybody.
Ah.
Except maybe more stationary cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That like just recorded all night long for rooms
Yeah.
that we weren't in. Or, yeah, that would have been
Yeah.
probably the best thing.
Yeah.
And maybe a few more REM pods or a few more trigger objects. But other than that, yeah, I think we had it pretty well covered.
For that many rooms, we did pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I'm struggling with reading. Kerry, you think we were
Yes.
pretty much covered too?
I think we pretty much with what everybody had. I think we were definitely pretty well covered. Although, yeah, having more cameras and like rooms we weren't in, because we were all downstairs and we could hear two male voices upstairs when we know they're downstairs.
Yeah.
Nice to have
we
some
were doing
cameras up there.
I kind of wish we had the boob buddy.
Yes.
We had a couple of them, didn't we?
No, an actual Boo Buddy, the big version of it. The one that...
The interactive one.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, that one's actually pretty cool.
Saving my pennies.
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
Somebody asked a question, and I can't remember who it was, and there's so many comments that I can't scroll back that far. It was worded something along the lines of, what would you go and look for? What would you want to do next if you go back there?
Oh, that's a hard question.
I think I personally would want to spend more time in the room with the dress in it and actually like pull the dress out and try to get something to happen using that.
The room adjoined to it we didn't spend much time in that one. You know, you go through that room, the bathroom, and then...
Yeah, the husband's room.
Yeah.
There's way too much room, though, to explore in one night.
Yeah.
I would like to go back and, explore some of the same spots we already were in. But I would also like to go to, like, different rooms to investigate that we weren't able to get to.
Yes. Next time Matt is going to wear the dress, that dress would have fit on Matt.
God.
I don't think that dress would fit any of us.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't even cover.
And then Jeff over there putting on the hat that nobody's supposed to take anything out of that room.
God.
We're like, put it back!
No, he said don't take the dress out. And you should have seen your face, Jeff. I hope we have that on video. When you came out and we're like, nothing's supposed to leave the room, you're like, oh. You started tiptoeing back.
No.
He wasn't there for that part.
It was his Lady Gaga hat.
Hey, you gotta have some fun and goofiness when you're staying up for well over 24 hours.
Yeah. But that was a crazy amount of time, and we, quite a few of us, at least four of us did Parsonsfield the weekend before.
I was there.
Yeah, so. Thank you, Nico, for repeating that question for me. All right, here's a good question. We can take turns answering this one. We can start with Nicole this time. What got you into the paranormal?
Oh, geez. I've always been into the paranormal. We grew up around it. Most of the places we lived were haunted, but what actually got me into investigating is a no-named ex-boyfriend of Sherry's.
The name we shall not mention.
We do not mention that name, but it's because of him that we started investigating.
Yep. Sorry, I'm writing down questions.
Next person.
Matt, how about you?
Always been interested in it. Always loved the history of these locations. Some are darker than others, but in all, it's all about the history of it. Always been into cryptids, UFOs, and it wasn't until several years ago when you needed some help with a network, and that's when I got more into it. Next.
Kerry?
Well, I've been into the paranormal since I was a kid. Had weird experiences, and I remember honestly picking up a copy of the Amityville Horror and reading about that and the Warrens and everything else, and then having other experiences throughout my life, and it just kind of snowballed from there that it was just like, I want to know more. So that pretty much sums it up.
Donyell?
I don't know what exactly piqued my interest. As far back as I can remember, I've always been fascinated with anything spooky and anything that just wasn't, that was paranormal. And so and then when I was a teenager, that's when I discovered the show Ghost Hunters, and I got obsessed with that. And then certain things happened in my life that, I would consider paranormal, and I've always wanted to go on an investigation. So when Matt said, "Hey, you want to come?" I was like, "Yep." And now I'm hooked. I want to go on all the investigations.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have a feeling we'll be seeing a lot more of you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You saved the best for last.
Yes, I figured, it's your turn to go last. Save the best for last for once, there you go.
Well, me getting into this paranormal, it has a very dark background to it. I was possessed when I was 6 years old. My family is full pastors, priests, did an exorcism on me. After they got the demon out, I got left with a gift where I see dead people the way they died. I had my first paranormal experience at 6.5 years old. I was sitting on my bedroom floor watching TV. I looked up at the door thinking my grandmother was there, and there was this woman standing there in a Victorian era gown. It had rips in it, long black hair. She had a bullet wound in between her forehead. So I also see other things that people don't even understand. It's ridiculous.
I'm very glad I do not have that gift.
Me too.
Very.
It's not a gift I can shut off either. Yeah. I have not learned to shut it off.
I would not want that. No.
But it's a very interesting gift nonetheless.
Interesting's putting it lightly, I think.
Yeah,
that's one thing. We have so many questions. Two people asked us about, I think it was Mama Deb and Darren both asked versions of this about, did we investigate outside, or was there any outside activity? We heard a couple little things, but we didn't really investigate.
No, we didn't investigate, but we did hear several times a short whistle, a loud short whistle off to like the 10 o'clock position with a response of 12 o'clock. And of course I made the mistake and whistled back and everything stopped. And about an hour later we went back out. We're having a cigarette break and whatnot. Same thing happened again. So might have been Bigfoot. We don't know, but there are rumors of him around there. So.
And I still think it was a wild boar, but
Wild whore.
Pretty sure don't whistle like that.
No.
The only wild boar we saw was wearing a mask. I think we were safe.
That was a cute boar, though. It had its mask on and everything. So, this question, Darren wanted to know how many spirits were on the location. I don't think anybody can answer that.
Yeah.
More than one.
Yeah, more than one.
And there's so many relics. I think some of the spirits too aren't even part of like the past of the building itself. I think some of them are just things that are attached to the artifacts they have inside the building.
And the land and
casket.
The casket.
Right.
That casket was a real casket.
Dead bodies in it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many items in that place that could be holding on to in spiritual energy. I mean, there's no saying how many are at that location.
Yeah.
There's no way.
And just so I don't forget to say it at the end, they also are starting up tours. Not investigations, just tours where you can go in and tour the place. That is even worth it. Just to see the artifacts and the location itself, guys. If you can't get there for an investigation, go take a tour of this beautiful location.
That's incredible.
Yes. All right, I have one more.
And they also, let me just throw
No,
this
go
out.
ahead.
They also do weddings there also. So if you're looking to find a place to get married in the haunted castle in New England, let me know. I'm an ordained minister, so I'll hook you up.
So, Matt, if you and I were to ever get married, could you marry us?
No.
You can't marry yourself?
No.
That's dumb.
I now pronounce us husband.
He just don't want to marry you.
Matt and I are not getting married. Sorry, people, that came out wrong. I was just using me as a. I was just. That didn't
You know
sound
better
bad.
than you use yourself as an example.
I was using myself as an example. I didn't mean it that way. I just meant like I can picture Jim Carrey like, do you take this woman? Well, yes, I do. Going back and forth. Who was it? Somebody there said they wanted to redo their vows at the castle.
That was Donyell.
Me.
Oh, see?
Definitely. I haven't told my husband that yet, but I'll let him know.
Oh,
But
well,
yeah,
if he
even if it
listens to
wasn't
the
haunted,
podcast,
just how gorgeous it is.
if he listens to the podcast, he'll now know.
Yep. And he just walked by when I said it too, so now he's probably like, hadn't told me what.
Yep. We just have so many questions. We're probably going to have to do this again a couple months down the road because it goes by so quick when we have this many people on.
I have one of Darren's questions right here.
I got them written down. Is it the fair one?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I can read your mind. He wants to know what your paranormal fears are. And if you want to help with chat, Nikki, be my guest.
Am I supposed to answer questions in the chat?
You can answer them out loud here. You can answer them in the chat. Do whatever you want. This is a free-spirited show. All right, so does anybody have any paranormal fears? Or what's your big paranormal fear?
My fear is to go to a place and it have like a malevolent spirit that ends up following me home and like scaring my kids. That's my biggest fear. That's something I wouldn't want to deal with.
Yeah, that's it. You gotta make sure you set your intent and set your boundaries. And it's still no guarantee, but the chances of that happening aren't as high as some people think, but it's higher than others think, so.
Douchebaggins.
Douchebaggins. Excuse me, douchebaggins. Jeez.
Yeah,
I had that stuck in my throat.
As he listens to the show.
Oh, dude.
But also leaving the place, telling it, not allowed to go home with you.
Yeah.
Learn that the hard way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that the hard way.
Yeah, you'd have to. Nicole, you said, what was your answer?
I don't fear anything in the paranormal. I fear living people being somewhere that we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And animals.
That'd be scary too.
Animals and people.
Yeah, they can get pretty territorial, so that'd probably scare me
I've
more.
run into squatters before, and I don't want to do that again.
Yeah?
I'll say my only fear
More than
is
the paranormal.
trying to have somebody try to disturb your investigation. They know you're investigating there, so they try to go up there and they try to make noises. They try to mimic EVPs. They try to talk in disembodied voices or something like that. They ruin your evidence. And then you catch them in the house later that night and you kick them out, of course. But still, I've dealt with that once before.
Yeah. We had Nicole and I had cops mess with us one night, throwing rocks at us.
Oh my God!
They were hiding in the bushes, throwing rocks at us. It's a long story, so we don't need to get into it. But they thought they were funny because they knew what we were doing, and they were throwing pebbles at us and stuff.
Actual cops.
Actual cops, yeah.
Right.
And then kicked us out.
Yep. Yep. So, let's see. This is from Nico. It's from everybody. For everybody. What are your goals in being a paranormal investigator, and what do you hope to accomplish? Who wants to go first?
Who goes first? I can.
All right, go ahead. Everybody else looks like they're thinking.
My goals in the paranormal field, I don't want to get famous. It's not about the money. It's about having fun. It's about making new friends to go paranormal investigate with, and to prove the existence of the paranormal, and also to I already said it once, but I'll say it again, just have fun. It's all about fun to me.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Everybody has their own goals that they want to do. Nick?
My goals actually are to help people. I don't want to do all these big locations all the time. I want to go to people's houses and help them. That is my goal.
Matt?
I got a lot of goals. I trying to reach a spiritual connection to a lot of the places. To find out more of some of the ITC research, and hopefully be able to capture some of that. That, like last Friday, bring these beautiful places that get overlooked and bring a crew along with me and just enjoy it, have fun,
Yep. So far, I agree with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Donyell?
I don't know. That's a good question.
You've only been on one investigation, so that...
Yeah.
Something you can start thinking about, though.
Yeah, definitely. Because I've already told my husband, he created a monster. It's going to become a thing now. I'm going to be doing it a lot more.
Kerry?
I think for me, I just, obviously, I want to be able to help people and get to investigate, places that maybe have never been investigated before. I love the history of places and meeting like-minded people and just having a good time and, making new friends. I agree with everybody. I think we pretty much are in this for the same reasons.
Yeah, it's all pretty much, about learning and, trying to figure out what's going on, having a good time with friends, and so on,
I love that we all bounced around from being way too serious to so not serious all at the same time. It was like, there was never ever everybody being serious at once and then that one asshole was like messing it all up. It was like...
Well, there's a time to be serious and there's time to joke
exactly.
around.
Yeah.
And Nicole
Yeah,
Nicole and I say it all the time. We get just as much like EVPs and stuff happening when we're just being ourselves and acting like we do every day. Then, hey, what's your name? Hey, how old are you? What are you doing here? Are you dead? Are you alive? How old are you?
Oh.
What sex are you?
Well, we're in their space.
That's right.
They were there before us.
Yeah.
Prime example was like when we were doing the SIS method in the dining room. We were fooling around, communicating with whatever was there. And we were hearing all this walking and talking upstairs on the second floor. It was like, I don't know how many times we heard that. And I believe everybody heard the voices at one point, along with the walking.
Yeah.
So it
The
definitely...
thing is, we're all there in that same room.
Right.
So there's no one else there.
Yeah.
There was another question. There's still a few more questions. This one's a little bit more difficult. To you, what would be the Holy Grail, and nobody can see through the radio, but this is in quotation marks. What is the Holy Grail evidence for you? Like, what is that one big piece that would just, be the Holy Grail? And if you ever caught it, would you stop investigating? This is from Darren. This is from Darren. So, who wants to take this one? Go ahead.
For me, it would be a full body apparition. That would be the Holy Grail. Like, on camera, full-blown evidence right there, and there's nobody else around. And would it make me stop? No, it would make me want to investigate even more.
Nicole?
I don't know if there is a Holy Grail. I would love to be able to see something on video that is clear as day, undisputable, but no, I would not stop. I'd keep going. I would keep investigating.
Jeffrey?
I'll have to agree with Nicole. There's no holy grail. I've seen a lot of paranormal over my years. I've been doing it, I guess you could call it semi-professionally for the past 6, so it's hard to say. Like, full body apparitions are awesome. Disembodied voices are awesome. But would I ever stop investigating the paranormal? Definitely not. Because the thing is, you're just going to get more and more and more.
Yeah, because you're always left with more questions than you do with answers.
Mm-hmm.
So you always want to keep going back for more.
I agree with that. Every time you learn something, it leads to 50 more questions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie?
Yeah, I agree with Jeff and Nicole that, there really is no holy grail. It's something new every time, and then there's more questions and more questions. Now, I'm never going to stop investigating, even if I found whatever the holy grail would be.
And plus, if we did ever bring the Holy Grail to the community, there's always going to be a bunch of people that are going to shoot it down anyway. So
Yeah, that's what Nico's saying in the chat, too.
Yeah.
And no matter, what anybody brings, it's going to be get shot down. So
Right. We're all like that. We don't necessarily believe what other people show us. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. Did I miss somebody with that question? We all answered, right? What would be... we'll start with Nikki this time. What would you consider your best piece of data that you caught? Are you laughing at me?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Just the rest of us.
What did I do?
We're gonna start with Nikki, and you've been starting with Nikki the whole time. Put Nikki right on the spot. Come on,
I'm
Nikki.
trying to bounce around.
Okay, what was that? My favorite piece of
Data. Yeah.
Or from any time.
Anytime.
Yeah. Anytime?
Anytime.
Probably be a couple flare shots that I've got at different locations. One was at
The Red Church.
undisclosed. Oh, I was going to get to that next.
Oh.
One was at an undisclosed asylum, and we weren't even actively investigating at the time. We just were walking around checking the place out. But I was occasionally taking shots with my flare, and I caught what looks like a little boy, or a kid anyways, with a backpack on, walking out of a wall. It's pretty clear. And then what you were just mentioning before at the Red Church was a flare shot of something sitting in one of the church pews.
Yeah, they were both pretty cool. Matt?
I would have to say the EVP from last Friday. That was the best Class A EVP.
Let him out?
Yeah. I've caught other EVPs. But yeah, that one just stood right out.
Jeff?
I'll have to go back to when I was in Gettysburg this year, and my girlfriend Ashley, the other part of AJ's Paranormal.
Hi, Ashley.
Well, she's not here. She's out to eat right now with one of her friends. We were investigating by Culp's Hill, and all of a sudden she starts thinking she's seeing lights in her eyes, and she's looking up in a tree, and she goes, "I see nooses." And I held up 3 fingers, and she goes, "Yeah, how did you know there was 3? I'm like, "Because I see them."
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
And that was I'm going back next year, and I'm excited to rent it out.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Miss Kerry?
My favorite piece that I've caught was probably Gettysburg as well. A few years ago, before we all went, I was driving back from Florida and realized GPS was taking me through Gettysburg, and I'm like, stopping somewhere, and stopped at the Sachs Bridge, and for some reason, I was the only one there. And so I was like, all right, I took out the white noise and everything, had it going, and I heard what it sounded like a cannon from somewhere through the white noise. I'm like, what the hell was that? And then nothing. So I started taunting a little bit, saying, all right, I'm just going to tell the Confederacy you don't want to talk to me. And then everything stops and it just goes, no, she won't. And stopped me dead in my tracks. I'm like, I won't what? So it was probably one of the best EVPs because it's clear as day. So that was probably one of the coolest things I've caught.
Nice.
Donyell, this is a little harder for you because you've only been on one investigation. But if there was one thing from the castle that happened that you had to pick, what would it be?
It would definitely be the EVP. Because at first, when we first listened to it, I'm like, that's not me. And Matt was like, no, really listen to it, because he had asked me, you can ask something. And I was like, I don't know what to ask. And before I even finished the end of my sentence, the EVP started. And I was like, wow, that really wasn't me. So yeah, that was my favorite.
What time is it? All right, we're still got a little time. All right, Mr. Darren Buss with his questions. Could you handle watching an exorcism being performed in front of you, or would you walk away from it? I wouldn't want to. I would choose not to. That's my opinion. Anybody else want to answer that?
I would, except that I've had an exorcism done on me.
Yeah.
I actually would stand there and watch it.
Yeah.
Or try to help out to the best of my abilities, just to kind of see what I went through. Because you can watch, like, The Exorcism on TV, like the movie, and it's nothing like a real exorcism would go down.
No.
It's all hype.
Anybody else?
I'd probably watch. My curiosity would get the better of me, so I'd want to see what actually goes into it. So, I mean, I say that, but I may end up walking away too. So it's kind of, thin line there.
Nick?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it would depend on the situation. I have no idea, honestly.
Yeah. Donyell?
Yeah, I don't know. It could go either way. Like, I've never seen, like, a legitimate exorcism, even videos I've seen online. I don't know if those are real. So depending on how it went down, it could go either way. It could be like a train wreck where I can't look away and I know I'm supposed to, or it could just be too much where I can't handle it and I have to walk away. So I wouldn't know until I was in that situation.
Matt?
I would be interested in it. Yeah.
Was that the end of the sentence? That was his answer. I'd be interested in it.
I'd be interested, yeah. Sure.
I liked Nico's answer. When Darren asked the question in chat, Nico said, well, I think if you're part of an exorcism, you shouldn't be walking away. LOL.
That's probably true.
Probably true. Once you're there.
Who would be getting this exorcism?
Yeah. The priest is like, I'm out. I'm done. See ya.
Oh, them are screwed.
Brian says he would like to see one. Nico thinks he'd be felt down. Thinks he would feel let down. I'm so good at this, huh? Let's see. Any last questions from anybody in chat? Get them in now. So, how long, everybody, we're not starting with Nikki. Let's start with Matt, since I keep forgetting Matt's not on the screen. That's why Matt's last, because I, look at pictures, and he's not even on the screen. Matt, how long you been investigating?
Ghosts, about 4 years now. Cryptids, UFOs, most of my life. Probably 35 years.
He takes long pauses. I was making sure he was done. Anything else? Any Bigfoot?
No.
Not yet?
I want to go Bigfoot hunting.
I don't. Oh, jeez.
I want to go UFO hunting, too.
I do want to do UFO hunting. Bigfoot hunting, not so much.
Bigfoot and UFOs. I'm down with that.
I'm afraid of the dark in the woods. So, and animals.
Yeah, me too.
Well, there we go. Next year, Bennington Triangle.
Oh, I do want to get there. Kerry, how long you been investigating?
At least 20 years now. Probably. It's been quite a while. Never officially on teams, kind of just, things on my own for the most part. And, well, kind of on my own now with my team, so not much has changed. But, yeah, probably about 20 years, I think.
Jeff, you said earlier 20 years, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
No, I've been doing it on like a semi-professional level, I guess you would call it. I don't know, because there's not really a leak in this. I've been doing it for about 6 years, but I've been seeing it for a lot more since I was 6.
Okay. I gotcha. So you've been investigating 6 years. That's how I put it.
Yeah.
Nicole?
It's right around 5 years. I believe my first one was 2015.
On your birthday.
Right? Yeah.
Yep. It was your birthday present.
Madame Cherie's.
Madame Cherie's.
That's funny you say that because my investigation was my birthday present from Matt.
Right? All right. I just to be fair, Donyell, how long have you been investigating?
A whole week.
One whole investigation. Woo!
Hey, we've all been there. But
you'll get more.
You're going to be let down. To start off at Wilson Castle and have that much activity, like, you didn't even have to, like, sit for an hour with nothing happening. Like, we usually sit hours and hours.
Oh, I know there's going to be times when we're going to go places and it's just going to be like this. I could have been sleeping this whole time, and nope, I just sat in this dark room and talked to my right.
We like talking to ourselves.
The only people that listen.
You're right.
It's when you start answering yourself, there's a problem. Well,
Frank, I think we did this the other day.
Like, all right, I'm going to try this again. I'm going to sit in this room and talk to myself. Could you maybe answer or something?
But at least when we're on a ghost hunt, we don't seem crazy. We're, like, doing it on purpose. Now, if you're sitting at home, just like, I have to do the dishes. God damn it. That's not the same as,
What do you mean? It's not normal to just sit there and talk to yourself?
I was going to say I do that on a daily basis.
I just pretend I'm talking to the animals.
I talk to myself at work, too, so everybody's used to it at this point.
I don't talk to other people, so I don't talk to myself.
I hate when I get in an argument with myself. We don't talk to each other, so...
I put myself in timeout when we argue. Okay.
I've had to put myself in timeout before.
When arguing with yourself?
No, but for before I killed somebody. So, Manny wants to know, what is the one place you've all dreamed of investigating? What would be a top place if you could?
Penhurst Asylum.
Yeah, that's usually my number one.
Waverly Hills.
Yeah, that's up there. But Penhurst is always, I think it's on all my list as number one. Every time somebody asks bucket list.
But I've always had a thing for Waverly Hills or Trans-Allegheny. I'm obsessed with mental asylums.
I'm obsessed with mental asylums.
I should probably be in one.
We should probably all be in one. Matt, what would your top location be?
The ancient Ram Inn.
Oh.
The what?
Yeah.
I missed it.
The ancient Ram Inn in the UK.
Oh, okay. Ancient?
Ancient. Kind of like your hearing.
Huh? I see a Tony ghost.
A Tony ghost? They see a Tony ghost?
Kerry, huh? Nicole?
Island of Dolls.
Oh.
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't bother me.
Yes.
That'd be a good choice, but that's creepy because you can only go in and out at certain times.
Well, I guess I'm going alone, but I'm going.
I didn't say no.
Fuckload note from me.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Darren's
no.
going to ask, kick, punt, or spike?
Punt.
All right. I know that was your answer. Jeff, did you answer?
Answer what?
Oh, you did. Penhurst, Donyell.
It would either be Waverly Hills or the Winchester Mystery House.
That's my second choice right there, the Winchester Mystery House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although getting as lost as I could have, you'd hear me in the middle of the house somewhere, like I can't find my way out.
No. What's the code word? Did you forget already? If you got lost, what you were supposed to yell?
Oh.
So
Yeah.
Banana.
Marco.
Oh yeah, Marco. Yeah.
Hi, Michelle. Michelle joined us in chat a while ago. I didn't get a chance to say hi.
Pretty sure that's my daughter. So
I think it is.
Hello,
Pretty sure.
Michelle.
Because she messaged me. She's like, "You've been investigating since I was 2." Like, you knew this.
Kim Purvis wants to know, if you had a chance to visit the spirit world with no harm to you, and you could return to yourself, would you do it? Is that the question? Or is it, what would you do? Matt, you want to answer that one?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Oh, you're going to make me try to reread that.
If you had a chance to visit the spirit world, no harm to you, and you get to return to yourself, what would you do?
Thank you.
Oh, I'd definitely go. Yeah.
I'd do it.
Yeah, I do it.
Is there anything specific you would do in the spirit world?
Go to try to find my lost loved ones.
It all depends on what you can do on the other side.
True.
Just don't go towards the light.
Did everybody say yes?
I didn't say anything.
I see a lot of
but
nods.
yes.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely would.
I wouldn't.
We're all headbanging.
I would. If no harm came to me and I could come back, yep, I definitely would. No questions asked.
I wouldn't. I'm odd man out. No, I wouldn't. Definitely not. Because if it's like that question, if you got the chance to see that one specific loved one one more time, well, one more time's not going to make it any easier. It will just make it harder and start all over again. So that's...
It might not.
Closure, in some ways.
Being able to say goodbye that one last time.
Especially if you never did get to say goodbye. That would be for me.
Yeah, I just don't think, for me,
that one
it would
more
make
hug.
it that much harder. And what if you didn't want to come back? What if you got there and it was so awesome, so beautiful, so peaceful, and you didn't want to come back?
Boy, I don't come back.
We would stay there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't come back. I'd just be like, all right, I'm here now. I'm going to stay.
I'll start giving you guys some EVPs to listen to.
Just be like, Marco.
You'll hear me say, I'm hungry. Time for a cigarette.
What if you can't smoke in heaven? Ugh. Dude, if I get to heaven and I can't smoke, I will just die. Ugh.
Well, you're already dead.
Dead.
Oh yeah, sorry. Alright, wait. Alright, we still got a little bit. I'm just making sure, I'm trying to make sure. It is really hard to read chat. No glasses. I know Eric's getting late. I'm sorry.
You cut that out. Oh, my night is just starting. After this, I still have to pack my whole house.
Alright. I think I got all the questions from the chat. Darren says...
questions from Darren?
Darren says you could smoke in hell.
Well, if you want to look at it that way,
In more than one way.
The plants on the earth for us to enjoy. Tobacco is a plant he created for us to enjoy. So he probably has it up in heaven as too.
Oh, see? Maybe.
And heaven's supposed to be paradise. So you would think you can do whatever you want.
There we go.
If it's paradise.
Yeah, it all depends on what you believe in, I guess.
Right. I was going to say, not all of us believe we're going to heaven.
Oh, I know I'm not.
Nicole's driving the bus.
Yeah, we already decided that. I'm the driver.
Yeah, you're driving the bus to wherever it is we're all going.
I can't go to hell, so.
You can't go to hell?
No. Satan would be afraid I'd become ruler of hell afterwards.
You'd take over.
Take over and make my own heaven, I don't know.
There you go. Manny wants to know, has anybody ever been hurt on an investigation?
I have.
What happened?
Which occasion?
How many are there?
6 of them.
All right, pick the top 2.
Okay. One was down at the Wallingford Club down in Portland, Maine. I was scratched. And the other one, I would have to say, was the Lizzie Borden house. And I was in the room where she killed her mother. And I felt like I was getting hit in the head.
Like hit or hit?
Like getting hit with a hammer.
That's what I thought you meant.
Axe.
Anybody else ever get hurt?
No.
Other than my own stupidity tripping over my own feet. Not that I can recall. Because I am an accident waiting to happen.
I've been touched, I've been pushed, felt like crap. But no, nothing harmful.
Nick?
I don't think I've ever been hurt on an investigation. I've been scratched and stuff, but not during an active investigation.
No. Michelle adds in chat, I think if one of you guys passed away, you would just haunt the other members and follow them on investigations. She is so right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
That's right.
We're going to be ghost buddies.
And we're going to scare the shit out of other people.
I already do that anyways.
Yes, we know.
Yes, we know.
Matt, can you hear out of that ear?
There's a video of it, too.
And you knew I was there.
That's what made it worse.
I know. Yep.
All right. We have one more famous question. And we've got all kinds of answers. The show is marked explicit, so you can say whatever you want. Just remember, this is being recorded and people are listening. So we've got all kinds of answers. Let's see. We'll start with Matt this time because I kept doing him last and he was complaining. What's the one object in the whole world you would never want haunted?
Oh. His balls.
Yeah. My balls, definitely, yeah. That would just, yeah, that'd be horrible.
Is that where you're gonna leave it?
No, my phone.
Your phone?
Your phone?
His phone. All right, Miss Kerry.
sure how to manage, but I think it would be really horrible to have a haunted vibrator.
It's not the first time.
Or it could be a good thing.
That's not the first time either one of those statements have been made. This is asked on just about every show on Paranormal Buzz Radio. So,
all of a sudden it starts talking to you. Oh God.
Jeff?
What is one object I would never want to be haunted?
Yes.
Oh boy. Come back to me. I'll come up with a good one.
All right, Donyell?
A car.
Oh, yeah, we've had that one too.
Christine.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I've seen Christine one too many times. I'm good. Nope.
Nicole?
Self-driving car. I'd be all set.
Yeah. If you were lucky, that's all that would happen.
Well, there's a few people who could take out for me.
Oh, yeah, right? Remember, this is recorded. It can be used as evidence later in the trial.
Damn it.
All right, Nicole?
Many people.
A tampon.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Michelle can't believe she just heard that. All right, Jeff, you come up with anything?
I don't need no ghost going up in there.
Right? Jeff looks like he's leaving the room with the kids to answer this.
Yeah, it looks like he's leaving the county.
Michelle from Paranormal State said butt plug.
Oh God. The butt plug has a French accent. May we see our butthole? Okay, I'm big into the outdoors, and I'm a hunter, and I would never want to see one of my guns.
Oh yeah. That's the good one.
Yourself and shoot somebody, or friggin' it goes off all by itself, or even an ATV. I would not want to see my ATV be possessed by something or something like that, because you're riding, all of a sudden it starts driving wherever it wants to go. Like,
Wow, that's a good.
Oh, you want to hit that mud pole? Well, we're going to go for this tree.
I just saw that Kim Purvis had put in chat that she counted her dolls and clowns in her house, that there's over 400 in this house. Kim, you need to have an intervention.
Well, no, correct me if I'm wrong, they were her mother's, though. Didn't she, Kim, please tell me if I'm right or wrong, weren't a lot of these your mother's dolls that you inherited when she passed away? I think that's the case. Maybe not all of them, but I think that's how it started. I could be dead wrong because I'm not that smart, but
But in a joking matter to that question, since everybody had to say one that was funny, I would not want to see a haunted toilet.
That is the number one answer. That's the number one answer. It really is.
All of a sudden, it just starts flushing, or it starts talking to you.
And the toilet starts
talking.
talking.
Can you imagine if you're sitting there peeing, or guys don't sit to pee, but and you hear hello up there?
All of a sudden, and you're like, what was in that brownie? Jesus.
How many beers did I drink?
Oh,
you sure this was a cigarette, man?
All right, so this went by way too fast. I kept you guys on for an hour and 20 minutes.
I could keep going.
I'll have you back sometime, singular. Anybody that wants to come back. Kerry's been on a couple times. Nicole's been on.
I'm down.
Yep. Yeah. So half of them came from her mother, by the way.
Yeah, we still need to have an intervention with her.
I was trying to help you, Kim. You should have lied. That's
way too many.
You guys want to tell where you can be found, like your social media? We can start with Kerry this time.
Mine's Spirit Trackers. You can find me on Facebook, Spirit Trackers Paranormal Society. You have to look up for that. So, but yeah, and Yeah, that's pretty much the only one I have going right now.
Okay.
Not a whole lot on there.
Nothing wrong with that. Jeff?
You can find me at ajsparanormal.com. Oh, not .com. The Facebook at AJ's Paranormal. Don't forget the apostrophe S. So that's where you can find us.
Are you going to do Twitter or Instagram anytime soon?
I don't know. Because, for one, I don't know how to use Twitter.
It's stupid.
As silly as that sounds.
Twatter.
Instagram, I can see starting Instagram. I also have a YouTube channel. There's a couple short little videos I've caught, like EVPs or disembodied voices on there. Or a couple scenes from Gettysburg. Playing with that little kid upstairs. That was really cool in that house I was in. So yeah, that's where you can find us.
Is YouTube AJ's Paranormal?
AJ's Paranormal.
Miss Nicole, where can people find you?
You can find me a couple different places. SIS Paranormal on Facebook. We also have YouTube that we're horrible at keeping up with. You can find me on Nicole's Tarot World and my new page, Twisted Reality by Nicole.
Matthew?
You can find Protectworth Mysterial Research on Facebook. I'm also on there and Instagram.
Your page has Instagram? Or
no,
you?
Just me.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify. I was going to say, I'm not even following your page on Instagram, so.
On Twitter, I'm Matt_PBR. Also, you can contact me through Paranormal Buzz Radio.
And don't forget to check out our website at paranormalbuzzradio.com. Donyell, do you have any social media that you give out? Not yet?
Nope, not yet.
Okay. I just wanted to check. Just to make sure.
You also might find me in a graveyard.
In a grapeyard?
No, graveyard, not a graveyard.
I thought you said graveyard.
Well, if it's a graveyard, it better be a haunted one. Haunted wine.
Oh, there's a haunted vineyard in New York that we can check out.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh. Can we do a tasting room first?
I hope so.
For that.
I hope so. All right, guys. I thank you very, very much. I appreciate this, and again, we'll have you on. You guys are part of the family, so you guys will be back, I'm sure. Like I said, next week we have Brian and Kelly will be joining me, and they happen to be on this investigation too. There was just too many people. Can you imagine if we added 2 or 3 more people to the show? It would be fun. It'd be fun, but it's just too hard, and so
do a 3-hour live show. Come on.
Yeah. No. Thanks. I'll pass. But thanks for the offer. So yeah, I'm back. I'm live every Friday. Shouldn't say that because in 2 weeks I do have it pre-recorded. But after that, I'm live. So thank everybody for joining me. And if I missed you in chat, I'm very sorry. This is why I have a co-host normally. Because I suck at this, and without a co-host, I don't know what to do with myself. But until next week, you guys have fun, stay safe, and don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Stay paranormal.
Good night, bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.